Hey guys, my name's Robbie, and this is the Race Report. Hey, so welcome to the Race Report this month. Hey, it's been a crazy one, this whole coronavirus thing, but we plowed ahead, went ahead with the races. So glad I did. It did affect a few people that didn't get cars in, but we had a lot of new guys racing this month, so that was kind of cool. We still had about as many cars as we've been racing in the past month, so that was good. And so I'm pretty pleased with the turnout, pretty pleased with the racing this month, and it was a lot of fun. So what's new? I tried a few new things this month. A couple of things that hopefully you noticed on the video. I tried a new intro to the video. I thought that turned out okay. I'm still playing around with it a little bit. But maybe try to do something like that, mix it up a little. And then the pictures of the cars, I don't know if you noticed that, but had kind of a new background that I put for the team shots of the cars. So I'm going to be playing around with that a little bit as well, and maybe play around with the pictures for the top 10 as well in the future. We'll see how that goes, but that was fun. And then I don't know if you noticed or not, but I started using some logos on the race software. One thing I noticed is they're not very big, so you may or may not have noticed, and they're kind of hard to see. So I don't know, it was a little extra work for me to put those on there. I don't know if it was worth it or not. Let me know whether you liked it or not. Like I say, the logos were pretty small, so unless you were watching it on a pretty big screen, you might not be able to see them. I went ahead with any logos that people have sent me. I went ahead with those. And then everybody else, I just made kind of a little generic logo that had the team name on it. So, and threw those up there. But if you want to make a logo for your team and you haven't sent one in yet, feel free to do that. Like I say, I'll just make a little generic one for those that don't have logos, and I don't know, we'll try it for a couple months, we'll see how it goes. Like I say, it was a little extra work. It was kind of cool, but I don't know, they were kind of small, so we'll see how that goes. But I may use the logos in other places as well, maybe on this program, maybe on the website a little bit as we show off some cars and things. So if you want to come up with a logo, or you got a logo, for sure send that in. You can just message me on Facebook if you want, through the group or through the page. We have both a Diecast 64 page and a Diecast 64 group, and so you can message me through either one of those, or you can email it to me at d64racing@gmail.com. So I'd love to see those logos, and we'll keep those going a little bit. That'll be kind of fun. So hey guys, I wanted to talk to you for a few minutes about shipping. I've had a lot of new guys ask me, how do I ship my cars? And I just wanted to show you a couple ways that I go about it, some things that I've seen other people do, and actually wanted to provide a way or a forum for people to show off how they ship their cars and what they think works well and keeps their cars safe, because that's really the key, is keeping your cars safe. Sometimes those post office guys can get super crazy. I've seen crazy videos about them throwing stuff all over, and sometimes these cars can get damaged in shipping, and nobody wants that. So anyways, let me show you a couple of things that I like to do. Really, to be honest, anytime I ship cars, whether I put them in any kind of containers or whatever, this is what I really like to do. I like to take one of these little popcorn things, and I'll put it on the bottom of the car. Again, it's all about protecting those wheels and axles, right? And then I take my bubble wrap, and I wrap that up. And then I'll usually put a little piece of tape on there or something. But I've got that popcorn underneath, kind of protecting the wheels, so if it's sitting down like this, those wheels aren't touching anything. And then, like I say, my favorite method, if I'm sending a bunch of cars, it's also my favorite method for getting cars, because it makes packing them up easy and unpacking them easy. And when I'm unpacking and packing 200 cars, that's a lot of cars. So anyways, I love this method. If I do something like that, I can slide these right in this little slot here. Again, I keep the popcorn down, and lot of times, depending on how much bubble wrap I've used, I might still get a little shaking. I don't want that. So after I've done that, I'll either maybe put a little bit more bubble wrap in there just to keep things tight, or some more of these popcorn things. They come in all sorts of shapes and colors and things, and you can cut them and break them and whatever, but I slide another couple of little popcorns in there, styrofoam popcorns. And what I want to do is I want to make sure that thing's not shaking at all, right? And I can get it in there a little bit tight because I've got the popcorn protecting the wheels on the bottom, right? So I get it in there nice and tight, making sure that there isn't any pressure on the wheels, but it's not bouncing around in there. I really like that method. Anyways, there's some other things to do as well. Again, this method works great for shipping a lot of cars. This thing fits perfectly in this flat rate envelope, which is the same price as the small flat rate box, which I know that's gone up recently. When I first started shipping cars, these things were like $5, and now they're up to 8 something. That's terrible. Anyways, but the flat rate envelope is also that $8.30 or somewhere around in there. Same as the flat rate small box. So I love that. I love that method. Another one that I've used before, if I'm not sending very many cars, is these little boxes. You can get them at Walmart. I think they're for crayons, but they work great. I'll still use the same idea. I'll still use the popcorn and the bubble wrap, get that thing wrapped up nice and good. Then I can slide that in there. And I can usually get 2 cars in here. Again, once I've got them in, pack up all the empty space using either more bubble wrap or these little styrofoam popcorns. I don't want them shaking around again. And again, love the popcorn on the bottom to protect the wheels. So these are cool. Like I say, they cost, I think they're around $1 at Walmart, and usually in the like pencil, crayon, that kind of area. Because I think they're just the right size for crayons. I think they're supposed to be used for crayons. And then there's this one. One of our racers sends his cars in these usually. These are soap boxes. So like at Walmart, you can get these in like the travel section, where you got all those little travel size things, and you got these soap boxes as well. So these work great too. Again, I'd kind of use the same method. Just put them in the soap box for protection. Sometimes you can get 2 cars in here depending on how big the car is. These will both fit in your small flat rate box, although you don't get too many in there. You probably only get about 2 of these crayon boxes in there. I think you can get 3, maybe 3 of these soap boxes. So again, it depends on how many cars you're shipping, but it's so important to keep those safe. I was going to show you one more. I have another racer that generally when he sends in cars, he really goes to town with his bubble wrap. So he'll take the car and a fairly large sheet of bubble wrap and wrap the car up several times, something like that. Little piece of tape. Then he'll fold over the ends, and you just got this great big old bubble ball, right, protecting your car. Obviously, you can't get too many of these in your small box, so he usually sends his cars in a medium-sized box, and he'll just throw all these in here, kind of pack around the edges a little bit with more bubble wrap, and then put all these guys in the middle, and they seem to stay pretty safe. I mean, that's, like I say, pretty soft, and protects those. So, I mean, it kind of depends money-wise, how much you want to spend, if you want to try to stick to the small flat rate stuff, or if you're willing to jump up to the medium-sized box, then there's a few other things that you can do. But anyways, I thought it'd be interesting to see what all of you guys do. Some of you have been doing this for a long time, some of you are new at it. But what I want you to do then is I want you to share your method or methods. Do a little video, and then you can post it on our Facebook group, or you can Facebook page, or just post it on Facebook anywhere if you've got your own group. And then let's use a hashtag so that we can search the hashtag and then we can find these, right? So let's use the hashtag Shipping Diecast Cars, hashtag Shipping Diecast Cars, and show us what you do. Show us a video of how you pack cars to keep them safe, send them to races. I know there's a lot of newbies out there that would really love to see what you do, and even some of us old guys, there's probably a better way than what we're doing, and we're always looking for ways to improve, right? And part of improving could be getting your cars to the track safe, and so let us know what you're doing. Hashtag Shipping Diecast Cars. Let's see what you got. All right, hey, before we get into talking about the races, I just wanted to talk about one more thing. This month we had quite a few new people racing with us. And even, in fact, over the last couple of months, we've had a lot of new guys racing with us, which is totally awesome. I love it. I love to see new racers race with us. I worry about one thing. I hope that the new racers don't get frustrated when their cars don't do as well as maybe they hoped. Because you gotta remember, you're racing against some of the best in the country, and some of these guys have been racing cars for a long time. And if there is professional Hot Wheels racers, this is where you're gonna find them, right? So don't get frustrated. Just have fun with it. Remember to put everything into perspective, and really have fun. And one thing that you should remember is just try to improve, right? So when you get these cars back this month, take a look at your cars that ran the fastest. In fact, you can do that. I don't know if you know, but usually in the description of the YouTube videos or on the website in the race results page, you'll find a link to all the results from all the races. So in the videos we show the top 10 and their times and their speeds. But if you go to, again, the description in the YouTube videos or to the website, you'll be able to see the full results, and you can look down and look at all the cars and how they did and how fast they were, and so you can kind of get a feel for where you placed and how you did, and then take your fastest car. I number the cars, and they're also numbered on the results, and so if you entered 2 cars, you might be like, I don't know which one finished better than the other. So I leave the number stickers on the cars when I mail them back so that you can look at the number sticker on the car and look at the results and then decide which car did what. And again, just take that fastest car, throw it on a track, and try to find something faster, or try to build something just a little bit faster. And you'll just continue to improve and improve, right? And then you'll always have something to test with or to test against, and you'll kind of know where it runs. And so if you continue to do that, you're gonna improve each month. You're gonna get better and better, and you're gonna find faster and faster cars. And sometimes it takes a little while to kind of build up a speed collection, right? A lot of us have been collecting Hot Wheels for a long time, but collecting for speed and just collecting is totally different. And so it takes a little time and takes some research and figuring out and entering races and seeing what kind of cars are fast and seeing what kind of cars are good for modding. And so there's a learning curve here, but you're going to get faster. So keep racing with us, keep sending in cars, keep having fun with it. That's the most important thing, is that you have fun and just try to improve. Just try to beat your car from last time, beat your speed from last time. Once you've been racing with us for a while, those miles per hour, you'll just know. You'll be like, oh man, I ran a 405, oh, I ran a 408. And you post it on the Facebook page or whatever. People know what you're talking about, and it's fun. Hopefully it's fun. And so keep racing with us, keep trying, hang in there. You're going to have fun and you're going to get better. All right, open stock this month. Hey, this is the first month in a long while that we didn't have a Ford Fairmont in the finals. Of course, we've had a couple win the open stock event in the last couple of months, so of course those can't come back until the end of the year when we're going to race those all in the Car of the Year race. But this is who we had. We had Sea-Dog, 9.81 Racing, Pink Flamingo Racing, and Red Pill Racing. So kind of a good mix of racers there. 4 different racers making it to the finals. And it turned out Sea-Dog made it to the top. So even though we didn't have a Fairmont, we still had a Gold Hot Ones taking it. He actually wasn't the top qualifier, But again, sometimes with these gold hot ones, they run good sometimes they don't have as good of runs. But he put together some awesome runs in the final. In fact, one really fast one, if I remember right. And that got his average speed up a little bit. So came out with that finals win. So congratulations, Sea-Dog Racing. And we're going to set this car aside again till the end of the year. He'll be joining a couple of Fairmonts, and who knows what we'll see for the rest of the year. It's been fun. This open stock has been fun, and I love the change that we made this year to not have the monthly winners back until the end. And so we're kind of seeing some different combinations in the finals, and it's been fun. It also makes for the standings to change and move around and be a little more interesting too. So great racing this month in open stock. All right, hot off the shelf. Man, I am loving this class. These cars are running so fast. I can't believe how fast they're running and how much improvement we've seen since January, right? In the last couple of months, the hot off the shelf class, the competition there has gotten so good. Anyways, we've got a few cars here. We've seen some of these cars be successful before. January winner was one of these Jaguars. This one is from Voxer Racing, made the finals. We've seen a bunch of these Lancers do pretty well. We don't have a monthly winner from the Lancer casting yet, but these guys have run pretty well. JAC actually sent in 2, made the finals with both of them, pretty impressive. And then we have this Zoom In from Sea-Dog Racing, and we saw Zoom In win last month. So this month, what happened? What did we see? I'll tell you what we saw. We saw super fast winning speed, winning time, and it turned out two of them ran that. We had a tie. This is the first tie for first place that I've ever had. I've had a few ties further on down, but never for first place. And we're talking like 4 decimal places when it comes to the time. So that's pretty sweet. Anyways, so we're gonna add another Zoom In to the champion ring, as well as one of these Lancers. So that's pretty cool. We've got a Jaguar Zoom In Lancer that we've seen take the top spot. Now, let me talk about these two guys though. These guys ran a 407.1 miles per hour for their average time in the finals. I mean, that is cooking. I can't believe how fast that is. Let me just talk, when it comes to open stock, right? Our open stock class, these cars are, way heavier than these, most of them. Some of the top stock cars that you're gonna find. And the 10th place car, which was this guy, King Kenny. This is a famous car. This is a car that you don't want to mess with, right? And it ran a 407.2. These guys ran 407.1. They were just right behind it. They were just almost cracking the top 10 in open stock. Blows my mind. I can't believe it. These guys are running so fast. All these guys ran like 406, at least 406s in the finals. 406s. In January, the winner ran a 401. Now, just to make it in the top 10, I think the 10th place car ran like a 403 miles per hour. So you can see the kind of improvement that has been made. Keep looking for those cars. There are fast cars out there on the shelf. Even fast enough to almost crack the top 10, and when they're going up against like famous speed cars, right? It's crazy. I love hot off the shelf. Get out there, get looking for these cars. There's speed out there, and you don't have to get on eBay and find some old crazy stuff. This new stuff is pretty quick, pretty fast. Hey, it's time for It's a Draw. We're going to give away some cars here on a D64 drawing. I'd like to thank JAC Racing for actually sending in this 9-pack to give away. So big props to you. And we're going to throw in a couple of other cars. Got a Jaguar. And This Roger Dodger 2.0. Hopefully one of those will be fast. Maybe we'll be seeing those show up in hot off the shelf. Who knows? But let's go ahead and give some cars away. Let's see what we got here. Got everybody's name in here. Let's see. We've got Shark Racing. All right. One of our new racers this month, Shark Racing. Got some cars coming your way. Hope you enjoy them. This 9-pack looks pretty cool. Love this one. Got a governor in there. I love modifying governors. And just some other cool cars, right? Got some skinnies on this guy. I love those wheels. Physics says they should be good, but it's hard to find nice round ones. But hopefully there's some good ones there. Just some fun stuff there. And then hopefully maybe some of those will be fast for a little hot off the shelf action. Anyways, hope you have fun with those. Thanks for racing. And hopefully you'll enjoy your cars. So things are really starting to heat up in the open modified class. We had 4 different racers make the finals. 9.81 Racing, had Voxer Racing, Red Pill Racing, and G-Force Racing. All make the finals. This month, the top 8 cars in open modified ran over 410. So that's pretty good. Compare that with January, I think it was just the top 3 cars ran over 410. So you got to be running really fast to make it to the top 10. So if you're making the top 10, you got to feel pretty good about that, even if you're not making the finals. And of course, these guys ran really fast, but Voxer Racing, man, that guy, he's a tough one to beat. First place for Voxer Racing this month. We'll be putting that car aside, saving it for next month, or for the end of the year, and won't be racing next month. Hopefully we'll see something new from Voxer Racing next month. Maybe we'll see these guys back, who knows, see if they can crack the top spot, or maybe Voxer will be back with something new to take that one. But open mod running so fast. Again, you got to be 410 if you want a chance to be anywhere close to the top. You got to be running over 410, which is super fast. Love an open mod these days. All right, Modified Street. This is a fun class, new this year. We're seeing some really good speed, and the speeds have been increasing the last 3 months. Of course, we're only 3 months into the year, but super fast. Last month, the 11th place car ran 404.7. So you had to get 404.7 was kind of that cutoff. Top 10 had to be faster than 404.7. This month, 404.7 would have kept you just outside the top 20, right? The times and the speeds are improving drastically in Modified Street. Love this class. This month we had 9.81 Racing into the finals, Pink Flamingo Racing into the finals, and then 2 cars from Voxer Racing. Voxer Racing represented the modified classes really well this month. And it turned out that this little guy from Voxer Racing was the champ, and so we won't be seeing him until the end of the year. We'll set that aside, and I don't know. We'll see if this guy comes back. It actually came in second, and so unless anybody can come up with something better, we may see that in the top spot next month. Maybe he'll send in whole new cars. We'll see what happens. But Modified Street, you got to up your game if you want to compete there. Like I say, from the first of the year compared to now, you want to get into the top 10, you got to be running pretty fast. All right, it's time for our closer look segment. This is a chance for me to show off some cool cars. I'm so lucky. I get to see all your cars up close and in person, and there's some really fun stuff that comes in. Sometimes I love it. I love it. And anyways, this is a fun car I wanted to show you. This is sent in by Thunder Racing. He's been racing with us for a while now, formerly known as DC Racing, but going by Thunder Racing this year. And I love what he sends in. I'm going to bring you in close. We're going to take a close look at this car and let you see it up close. But I love it. I love what he's doing with his cars. when I open his packages, there's always something in there that I'm just like, oh, that's awesome. And you can tell that he's really having fun with these cars. And this one, man, this is a mean looking car. Look at all the spikes on the top, and I love it. I love this car, and like I say, he's always got fun stuff that he's sending in, and I love that just the fun that he's having. And I think, like I say, I feel really lucky that I get to see all these cars up close and in person, and that's not lost on me. I appreciate it. I appreciate the work that you guys put into these cars and the fun times that you have and that I have racing them. So anyways, super cool car by Thunder Racing, and you get a closer look. All right, the feature race this month was haulers and hot rods. This was a combined weight race. I like this race. It's always fun to kind of see how people decide to distribute the weight, right? So the total weight had to be 100 grams, and you could break that up however you wanted. But you had two cars. They were all going to run together, and then we'll average those times, and they run as a team, right? So they score points as a team, run as a team, and so you have to decide. So you got a couple strategies. Maybe you can break up the weight pretty even and try to get some things that are pretty fast, or maybe you can make one super heavy and hopefully, you know, first place it's super fast, and then one that's pretty fast but, you know, kind of light. I don't know, however you decide to break that up, but it's a lot of fun to decide how to break that up. We saw some cool cars this month. And what I wanted to do is just show you, we got the top four here. We didn't have finals because, again, we were kind of working a little bit different. We averaged the scores of both the hauler and the hot rod, or the times, and we took that average time, and the fastest average time between the two was the winner of that. And so, but I thought it'd be interesting if we took the top four teams and told you kind of how they broke up their weight, just so you can see. We've done the combined weight. We've done different themes, but we've done a combined weight race for several years now, and we'll probably continue to do that. So we'll see if there was any way to break that weight up that worked well, or maybe it was, who knows, maybe it was different. We did end up, I'll just tell you right now, we had JAC Racing as the winner. Pretty cool, way too fast, and little hauler here, and put that baby on. And this way too fast actually was super fast too. It would have done really well in open mod as well. So that guy was cooking. But anyways, we had a team from Voxer Racing as well, and Rivera Racing, and 9.81 Racing at those top four spots. 9.81 in second, and Rivera in third, and Voxer in fourth. And like I said, I was going to tell you how they broke those up. So JAC, his hauler was 49 grams, and his hot rod was 50 grams, so pretty even there. 9.81 Racing, hauler was a little bit heavier, came in at 53 grams, and then the hot rod 46 grams, but still kind of pretty close there to each other. Rivera Racing probably had the biggest gap between the two of the top four, but not the biggest gap in cars. We had some that did send in like a really heavy car and then a really light car, but Rivera Racing, his hauler came in at 59 grams to 41 grams with his hot rod. Again, not that big of a difference, but a little bit bigger than the others. And then Voxer Racing, his hauler came in at 51 grams and hot rod at 49 grams. So you see that of the top four, most of them kept it pretty close. Of the top four, we didn't have anything higher than 59 grams and nothing lower than, again, 41 grams. So within that 40 and 50 gram range for all of the cars. Anyways, this was a fun race. We did see some pretty fast stuff. And in the end, again, it was JAC Racing. Congrats, JAC Racing. That was, again, this way too fast was way too fast. Would have done really well in open mod as well. All right, well, that covers it for the racing this month. Let's take a look at the standings and see how those shook up. All right, it's time to crown the Racer of the Month. Remember, the Racer of the Month is the racer that scores the most points across all the point scoring classes. And we take into account both cars in that class because we're really trying to see who has just all around the fastest team that has been sent in. So the last 2 months, actually 9.81 Racing has come away with January and February's Racer of the Month award. So let's take a look at the scores this month and see if anybody can knock him off that top spot. Alright, well, we're just about ready to wrap this show up, but before we do, I want to tell you what's coming up. In April, we have got an awesome race. Our feature race in April is the Diecast 64 GT Classic. Now, this is a new theme, but it's on a track that we've raced on before. This is on the Thunder Road track. Previously, we've always done the Hollywood race, where we've sent in cars that have been from movies or TV shows, kind of famous cars from movies and TV. But we're changing the theme up a little bit this year, and I think it'll be fun. We're looking at cars inspired by like Le Mans and some of those racing series where we've got some really cool GT cars, some of our exotic GT cars, and those are kind of the inspiration. So I'd love to see these cars racing on this open road course. Thunder Road is an open road course. It's a fat track and lots of turns and some straights, some racing to the end. There's always some passing and some really cool races, and so it's going to be a lot of fun. You want to check out all the info and weights and all the specifications and things that you need to know for the race on the website, www.racehotwheels.com. That's where you can go and find out about the races, where to send cars, and get involved in the fun. This race, again, you don't want to miss it. It's really fun. It's on a cool racetrack, and you're gonna have loads of fun, as well as racing in all our other classes. If you've just been sitting on the sidelines watching these videos, you got to send some cars in. This is where it's at. This is what's fun, and so hopefully you'll get involved. Again, www.racehotwheels.com is where you can go to find all the information about how to send cars, where to send cars, what the specifications are for all of the different classes, and get there and then get some cars here. I want to see you on the track.